Hey guys, everything new under the sun. Alright, this is a follow-up video, kind of part 2 of the deep cycle battery, the marine RV battery that I had in my chicken shed. So the story is, I had this in my chicken shed. It lasted for about 3 years, and then it completely died. Died months ago. And then I finally put my Ultra XD $300 premium Nautilus marine RV battery down in the chicken shed because it was still working. I had it up in the tractor shed charging off the what do I got there? I got about 60 watts of solar up there, so I had it charging on that, just maintaining it. So this one was completely zero. It wouldn't even light up my solar charge controller. It wasn't taking any charge. So in that video, if you watched it, go back and watch that one. It's just the update on my chicken shed. But I swapped that out, and then after I got to thinking, well, why isn't this holding a charge on? So I figured, well, maybe the water evaporated off, and I popped it open, and sure enough, I couldn't stop it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and pop the caps off. I did a little brushing with a paintbrush around the side, and this is going to be horrible, but boy, I'm just going to blow this. Get that out of there. It's not good, but what can you do? Let's take this one off. Oops. I'll have to blow this out too, because it's going to be full of dust. Whew. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill these guys up with water, because I can't see anything in there. I stuck some straw in there and I couldn't see anything. So I think that's why it's not holding a charge. So I'm going to go get the hose. We're going to fill that puppy up. Alright, got my hose. So if I really cared, I would be putting distilled water in here. But I don't. So just turn this on. I'm just going to fill them up. Fill them up to the top. Real rough, and we're going to see if we can get a charge into this thing. And that is thirsty. That's taking a lot of water. I'll get my voltmeter and I'll test it. Once I get these filled up and the plate's touching, I'll get my voltmeter here and we'll take a reading, and then we'll put it on the charge. Put it on the charge and see where we're at. Now I'm just going to rinse this down, and then we'll put it on the voltmeter. It's just so dusty. Alright, I'm back. Got my voltmeter. Now that there's liquid in there, let's see what it shows. I've got it on voltage 7 volts. Aha! 7.54 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the 60 watts. It's going to pull that whole system down, and we'll see what that does. Oh boy, that's heavy. So if you watched the last video, you'll recognize this is the exact spot where I had the Ultra XD. Yank out these cords again, which are highly corroded. I should do something about that, but anyways, whatever. Negative on negative. I'll wiggle a little bit, and I'm going to hook this negative up as well. Let's see, negative to negative. wiggle a little bit. So you can see we're at 14.6. It's not really charging, it's kind of topped off. Got green light there. So as soon as I plug this thing, it should draw those two right down as it starts. Voltage, the volts in the battery like to go from high voltage to low voltage. They're filling a void. Oops, that one's pretty disgusting and full of acid. So scratch that on there. So high pressure to low pressure is how it works basically. So because this one is really low voltage, it should really draw down, suck off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this in here. So 14.3 is it going to start drawing that down. This is still red. It's just going to, let me just wiggle this around a bit, make sure we got good connection there. Now I see 13 volts, 12.9. If I just wiggle these just to get good connections there. A lot of corrosion. 12.7, yep. That's drawing it down. 12.7, 12.5. So right now all the energy from that is getting pumped into here, drawing it down so much that it's at 12.6. So if I put my voltmeter on there, basically, where's my voltmeter? Let's see, because it's going to be measuring the voltage of all the batteries, so we should see the exact same thing. 12.7, 12.07 is what this battery is showing. Interesting. That's reading 12.6. That must, I don't know why that would be. Maybe there's some resistance or something. 12.1 this is showing. So it's coming up. So I'm interested to see if we charge this thing up, is that actually going to hold its charge? So it's pumping energy right now. You'll see the PWM pulse width modulation solar charge controller is now blinking green. You can see the solar power is low right now. Yep, solid again, and the battery is blinking. That means it's lower on voltage, 12.6 as you can see there. So this is going to suck power. We don't have a lot of day left. I think it's because it's drawing the voltage down so much. It's really, this battery is just sucking it in as fast as it possibly can from these two batteries. So it's going full bore to try and get that back up. So if I come back tonight, I'd like to see this around 12.8 or something, and we'll see what happens. But it certainly, now that there's water in there, it certainly seems to be doing better. It's actually responding to a charge, whereas before that water was completely boiled off, which honestly I was not paying attention to, and I should have been. If you have some of these lead acid, flooded lead acid specifically, and ones that aren't sealed, then you got to check your water levels. And I was silly. I should have done that. I wasn't watching it. I did that last year sometime, and the water was up, and so it must have boiled off over the winter while I wasn't watching it, as it was kind of draining and charging up full blast. So anyways, the water, it's not going to be 100%, but maybe I could even get this to a point where I can put it in my truck, or maybe even replace these two guys. But I mean, these two are working anyway, so I'll leave it be. This guy's flashing green, so he's not full. It knows it, so it's drawing as much power as it can. I wish I had all the numbers of my big MPPT charge controller, but I don't. But I'm sure it's probably drawing, I don't know, probably 40 watts, 30 watts. It never draws a full 60 watts, but I'm sure there's an amp or two going into the battery, so that's going to take quite a while to charge, because it is a 110 amp hour battery. So I may see no improvement tonight when I come back. I'll see if I can video it, but tomorrow, if it gets a full 8 hours of sun, you know, a couple of days of that, and in theory, hopefully this should be back. I saw that flash even down to 12.5, so I mean it's sucking down power as fast as possible, sucking down power like crazy. So stay tuned. I'll follow up with the next part of the video. Update on the battery. It is 12.7. You can see there. It's still blinking. The green blinking light is not fully charged light. So it hasn't pulled it down, but I wonder if we can see what the voltage is here. It's dark in here. Let's see. So, let's see if this has come up any. It's bouncing around. Voltage DC. 12.4. So it's showing 12.4. It was 12.0. So it is coming up. So that's going to take a couple of days. So I'll come back tomorrow. We're going to see where it is, but at least it's all the batteries together in this system is holding at 12.7. So that's not too bad. Alright, I just wanted to close with this video. I got a low battery on my camera. The voltage is at 13.5. It's not sunny today, but I'm just going to take a quick look at what the voltage is. I think this is basically restored. So if the camera cuts out, that'll be what it is. But let's see, it is showing 13.06. So this battery appears to be back to restored level. So that was my fault. I should have paid attention to the water levels, because that is not a sealed battery, and you need to maintain that liquid in there. So this means this gets an extra life, and maybe that's why it was decreasing in voltage that whole time, and I didn't realize it. So it gets renewed life. I probably should have put some proper distilled water in there, but it's good enough for now. I'll probably have to top it up because it does boil off when it recharges. So as it's been recharging, it's probably been a good 24 or 48 hours of it charging, and it looks to be back up to power.